1. Welcome to Apprentice of Silence. My name is Ekaterina. The question I want to get some guidance on today is, where do we go from here? Before I start the reading, I was lighting up some candles and I heard the message for you guys. Light each other up. It's almost like there's this ability to spread light between each other, not just from common points of it's like the source of light can be people who don't even seem like the source of light. Energy exchange doesn't have to go one way. It can go between people too. We can inspire each other the other way around too. I just heard servants can inspire the king as much as the king can inspire the servants. Whilst both flames keep burning. I heard the song, how can they, or how can we sleep while our beds are burning? But I heard while the world is burning. Spirit for group 1. Where to go from here? Stick to your old idea. Don't keep grasping for something that looks better on the other side. It's not so much about having faith as it is about having clear structure on the steps you take day to day. Stay motivated. One last card, please. Another. Thank you. I heard you're being derailed. Derailed was the word that came. And they're bringing my attention to you accidentally go grasping for other ideas, even though the idea that you have, like the structure you have laid out before you, is perfectly fine. Like it's ingenious, it's great, it's amazing. Don't go grasping for other ideas. Stay committed to this idea. Spirit for group 1. How do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Spirit for group 1. We stay committed to the path. This card talks to me about the roads we didn't take. This is not the time to regret the roads we didn't take. Where do we go from here? Spirit for group 1. It's a very clear message that we go forward with the idea. There is doubt. We're questioning some guidance. We're questioning our faith in general. The fear that it might not bring abundance. We will persevere. For sure. Don't give up. What else, Spirit, for group 1? Where do we go from here? Leave your mark on it. Whatever you're doing, leave your mark on it. Make sure it's really yours. Make sure you stay committed to it, no matter what. It's yours. It's yours for the taking. So take it. Again, recap. Where do we go from here? From here, we stay committed to our path. We don't question whether we have picked the wrong doors, the wrong paths. We don't aim for the greener grass on the other side. We stay committed because we realize that the current, actually like the current of life that we are in, will do exactly this to us. It will provoke us in the way when we forget to look upward. We forget to admire the sky and the peacefulness. We just dig ourselves into self-doubt and questioning and regret, that we forget to look up and see that it's completely irrelevant. It's irrelevant to the path, whether we regret something or not. Because we have all open doors to continue with this path that we have chosen. So the best advice right here for you, group 1, is to pay attention that there is currently this energy going on, that it will keep luring in your attention on the self-doubt and self-rejection, meaning I'm not good enough and I've made the wrong choice and there's probably something else. So you keep spiraling and you don't even mean to. It just happens. Don't question the path you have chosen. Stick with it until you have materialized. I heard prospect, but until you have materialized some of what it was you intended to create from the beginning. So where do we go from here? We keep moving forward. And that's it. We are aware of what's going on. From time to time, sure, you can go do some shadow work on the aspects that are in fear. But right now, it's not of much benefit. What is of more benefit is to keep moving forward. Stay committed to your ideas, to the work you intended to do. And leave your sign on it. Take it. Thank you so much, Group 1. Group 2, welcome to Apprentice of Silence. My name is Ekaterina. This is a message for you. You are not wounded no more. This is my home, my safe haven. Most of the time, what feels bad is not knowing exactly what you want. I'll put them to the side and come back to them later. Spirit for group 2. Where do we go from here? Have faith. Even when your ideal is crumbling. Too many cards. Where do we go from here? You keep looking for ways to raise your vibration and focus positively right now in the phase you're at. Because you are struggling with keeping faith. There has been so much that has been thrown upside down in your life. And they're showing me like there's still this stagnant energy drawing those experiences back to you. Right now, the most beneficial thing for you, how to move forward, is to experience a different type of vibration, experience something opposite. And you can achieve that by focusing positively. It creates like this ripple. It creates like a grand enough canyon for you to be thrown out of the draining, so-called draining experiences that you have manifested. So right now what you need moving forward is just feeling the difference, seeing the difference. So any exercises that you like, that you research, that can be like, enchanting your vibration and your frequency, lifting you up, that is being advised right now. Spirit for group 2, where do we go from here? Not so much taking action right now. This is more internal work. In time, there will come clarity to what you need to move away from a situation that gave you heartache. But right now, it's about having faith. It's about cultivating that positive vibration. And when you do that, you will bring healing first and foremost to the feeling of lack that you have, and the feeling of being defeated. It's like there's just no... I kind of heard like there's almost no light going into your existence. It's like and before I started doing the reading, I heard depression. So it's almost like this it's too heavy, you know? So right now the best thing is to experience a lighter vibration for you to know that it's not all this bad. Spirit, this can be really, really hard to do. Any advice on maybe what they could do to raise their vibration? Turn to spirituality. Keter, the crown, spirituality. As I was shuffling, they told me, well, what would you do? I give them the same advice, meaning give you, the viewer, the same advice as I would do. And yes, I could go into spirituality to get this feeling of my pain is bigger than me. The world is not just my perception of my pain. There is more out there. And somehow something shifts within me when I get access to more power. Okay, when I get access to more knowledge. I guess actually Freudic slip, that's what power is to me. It's my knowledge in the fact that there are things beyond me. There are things that are bigger and I can access them. That's what spirituality gives me. And it also gives me that shift in perspective. I should probably listen more to this message and cultivate more of the positive vibrations, because they do indeed create a big enough distance in where maybe I'm mentally draining myself to what my spiritual knowledge tells me about the world. And this gap, this difference in vibration between the two states, they can be enough to propel me into faith. And that takes me out of the mental stagnant, draining place, energy, phase, whatever that I'm in. Even the description of Keter talks about this gap between physical perception and spiritual perception. And I feel like what you currently need, where to go from here, is to embody a little bit more of that spiritual perspective and bring it down back towards it. And with the illumination that it brings, you'll get more clarity. But again, it's not so much about going about mentally doing the work or physically doing the work. It's more like let yourself spiritually be guided. And in the calmness and in the shift, the messages will come to you. Okay, group 2. You are not wounded no more. This is my home, my safe haven. Most of the time, what feels bad is not knowing exactly what you want. Take those messages with you. Blessed be. I love you. Group 3. Welcome to your reading. Welcome to Apprentice of Silence. My name is Ekaterina. Where do we go from here? Spirit for group 3, please. As I was shuffling the cards before, I saw the 10 of Cups, I saw Strength. And I'm feeling like this is a very positive group. Like the energies are very positive, very, when it brings fruit, then it's what? It's fruitful? Fertile? Let's see. For group 3, please, Spirit. Where do we go from here? Oh, I just heard end of a cycle. Don't question the way I do this, okay? I know what I'm doing. There are a lot of cards, and it's almost like we're gonna do a recap. For group 3, where do we go from here? Okay, we're done. First thing I heard, there was a lot of relational wounds, something about not being chosen. That has now you've reached a point where you're okay with it now. Or you feel like the unjust way in which you were treated has still brought you to a place of enough understanding to be sort of neutral about it. It's almost like you're at a place of peace. Maybe not yet, but it's definitely an improvement from where you were. Acceptance. You have accepted it now more in a way than before. And you are able to see now how perhaps if you had gotten into that relationship fully, it would have served you more like chains. You would not have been as free as you are currently. And I'm not talking about commitments to relationships as something bad. I'm talking about the way you've been able to realize yourself. You wouldn't have had those opportunities, if you hadn't been unjustly treated. And this sounds like bullshit, See the beauty in all the BS that you go through. This is not even an advice. This is already where you're at. You're already able to be more at peace regarding the situation you went through. It's like you're not emotionally unstable anymore every time this comes up. You are somehow okay with it. It's like you weren't offered that, but it wasn't because the world is against you. And that is something that you have now started to tell yourself. I wasn't given that, but the world isn't against me because of that. Now, these cards talk about that end of a cycle. This feels very hopeful because this is like you're waking up with new dreams. You're waking up with new hopes about the future and how you wish your life to look like. And the end of a cycle, I think you've grown spiritually to the point where you realize that you create your tomorrow. So whatever you've been through is irrelevant. Would you choose for it to be irrelevant? Power game. First I heard power struggle, then I heard power game, and I think they're trying to say something about, what's the TV show for kids? Powerpuff Pringles, if you know what I mean. It's some kind of power. Like you're realizing a power that's just been latent within you, like asleep, right? And now you just, hold on, I don't have to do it that way. Sure, it has always been done that way, and I've been taught to believe that that's the way to do it. But I don't really have to. See, this talks to me about a phase where a lot of doors are available to you. And you could go swing about it. Like for some, this is a choice between, like, you could create amazing relationships and create beautiful housing situations. Or you could manifest a really good business where you can co-create with others. There is a lot of traveling involved here. Like, it's so much that you can choose. It's all about the balance of what would you like to prefer to choose to focus your energy on currently. It's all available here. Ooh, I love this. What's in front of you is a lot of dismantling of the old ways. So there are a lot of new ways to build things. It goes up and down in life, up and down, up and down. But as you look back upon it, it seems as if it has always been going only up. You know so much already. You can definitely take the risk of following what you do know. I heard we are keeping each other safe. And this talks about some kind of future family environment where you actually are able to manifest a safe environment, safe accommodations for all the people that you love and everything that you care about. It's right here in front of you. You can risk following your intuition and your guidance towards this. Death, end of a cycle. Let's see what Azrael has to share with us today. Allow the past to die. It's like a part of you already knows that it's dead. It does not need revival. Allow Azrael here to take care of what is dead. See, nothing can be replenished before you move away. The dead. It's also all caring. It's also fertility. Do not search here or there. It will reveal itself in time. It will breach the surface for a moment. It will take you and pull you under. You will know, and the knowledge will fill you, even as it consumes your soul. Thank you, Group 3.